so this is how you check the sink, making sure that everything's good, that we don't have any leaks. So what you do in cell 7, go grab the hose, got this little adapter, and the switch, on off switch, right? So you got 2 ports right here. This one is in, and this one is out. So when you put this in, you want to go very carefully because there is a tube right here. That's where you're pushing into. So if you go too hard or if the water comes out too strong, you will rupture this. I have done that before, so don't do that. So you're going to put the water in. Down here, you've got a switch. So this switch will determine the flow of the water. So if the switch is pointing down, water will come, the water tank is right here, the water will come out of the water tank and down. If the switch is the halfway mark, water won't go anywhere. If the switch is up, then water will come out of the water tank and go up. So you're gonna wanna grab this bucket, put it right here. Now that drain is sitting in there, but this right here is where the sink drains out. So this is to take water out of the water tank, and this is to take water out of the sink. So what happens is the water comes into the sink, it goes into the water tank, and then from the water tank, you can't really see, it's very busy in here, but it comes out of the water tank into the sink. Once it's in here, there's a line that leads from that drain out to this sidewall right here. So if you have a leak or this stopper isn't holding water in, it'll end up dripping out of there. So I just leave the bucket there while I start testing. You want to make sure the trailer is plugged in or that it has power. This is a 10-minute test. So this is one of the first things I like to do with cell 7. So you come over here, turn the water on. You don't need it on all the way. You just need a little bit. Once some of the water starts going in, you let it sit there. It takes a couple, it can take like a minute or two before there's enough water in there, but
because we're filling up the water tank, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to have it up to a certain level so the water
so it'll
tank
actually
has enough to come out.
come through. Okay.
So there's a switch right here. When it's blue, the water tank is on. So now it's pumping water. You mess with this guy until water comes out. You can hear the difference. Like this is, the valve is closed, the valve is open. It's trying to pump water out. Just leave it like that. We're still trying to get enough water in the water tank for it to come out. After it fills up, I like to keep this inside of the sink. Make sure it's plugged nice and good. Water will start coming out. Once water comes out, fill up like an inch or two inside the sink, turn the water off, and leave that sink pump on for 10 minutes. After that's done, you will come back. You won't need to keep putting water inside the water tank, but you'll come back and you'll look all in here. You'll make sure that is completely dry. You want no leaks in there. You can't have any leaks in there. Besides that, you'll want to get under here and make sure that the fittings from that hose for draining the water tank, that those are clamped on tight, so you're not getting anything leaking from there. So if you end up where you're just sitting here and water's not coming in, see, I'm an idiot.
You didn't turn it on?
Yeah, so you'll just turn it. Right, so there's a lot of stuff going on. It's really easy to screw up. Just if you're not getting the results that you're looking for, just stop and trace your steps. Make sure that everything's open, everything's on. It just really sucks if you have to come get me for like a really simple fix. You're gonna kick yourself over it. I don't mind, but like take the time to make sure that everything is set up the way that it needs to be. If you walk yourself back through it and stuff still isn't working, come grab me or just fail it. Grab an engineer, but if you've done everything right, something is probably wrong, and that does happen. So if something's wrong, that's okay. Fail the question, and fail the question, and we'll fix it. Yeah, you think that's everything?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Cool. So water's coming out. We'll get it filled up a little bit, and you shut this off. The reason for that is, and you won't be able to see it in here, but the pump will maintain pressure, so it's going to hold water inside of a hose, and it has to maintain a consistent pressure. We have a certain certification that we use on these trailers, that to be able to maintain that certification, we have to be sure that that pump maintains that pressure for 10 minutes without any leaks. That hose, you can't see it, but
Okay.
it leads from the water pump up to the sink.
Up into the
itself.
sink. Okay.
Yep.
Cool, cool.
That's it.